Hey guys, I'll just tell you this to explain myself a little bit. I still have a strong faith in God, but when I was using marijuana, it made me a little delusional about the afterlife, and I was getting a little too religious. I mean, I still have a strong faith in God, but I think I was going a little overboard. It was just making me have theories on the afterlife, like when you die and you don't live the right way. I just have this belief that you're gonna have a harder life if when you're reincarnated, to where it may be something crippling, like you may be confined to a wheelchair where you can't do anything, you can't have fun, and when you die, you're gonna go back to normal. Like you're gonna live a healthy life because that's like your punishment for all the wrong you did, in your past life. That's what I was thinking about the whole day when I had a weed edible, but I don't use that stuff anymore. But I wasn't I haven't really been talking about anything LGBT-ish on this channel lately. And it just sort of popped in my head. So let me just ask you guys' opinion on this. I know the average guy, and I understand, the average guy does not view trans men as men, vice versa. Women don't view trans women as women. I understand that. I do on both people, because I can just understand what it feels like to not feel you were born on not the right, the wrong, you were born in the wrong body, but more like the wrong planet. I can just understand that. And if you have to alter, your appearance, your 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 structure, your body to appease yourself, I'm in support of that. If it can support life, people not, committing suicide, I don't see what the problem is. But I just understand because I'm not transgender, but I understand what it feels like to feel just out of this world, like not feel like you were I said world, like you were born in the right place. That's why my channel name is the way it is, because I feel like I was born like I'm half something else. I'm not all the way human. And I'm not saying that to be funny or flippant. I really feel that way. And a lot of people like me do. But I I remember when I was in Georgia and I was in the bathroom. And here's the thing. It's not that I had a problem. So there was a trans man that was in the early stages of, and listen when I say this, he was in the early stages, I could tell, of like transitioning. But it obviously wasn't like medical at all. He didn't have facial hair. You could tell. I don't know if he was on testosterone. I don't know. But the dressing part, uh, he had on all God clothing. He was like 5'2", really chunky looking. He reminded me of um if you guys remember the dude Connor from Degrassi. He looked like Connor, but if he was like Hispanic. So I knew they were in the bathroom, um, by his shoes. Like he was in the bathroom, and this is before like I openly spoke about things like this on my channel. But he was in the bathroom, and it's not that I was uncomfortable with him using the bathroom, but I felt like, and with my OCD too, I just felt like because it's nothing that he could do to me, but I just felt like it wouldn't look right if and just listen. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Cause even then I'm never the type of dude that's so desperate. Like they say guys that like I don't know, I gotta go to that part, but if you know what's up. So some men would go in and probably be aroused by, you know, okay, he's in the bathroom and he still has a, vagina and boobs, or maybe like, well, he would bind his breast, but it's just the point of I felt like I needed to protect myself because I didn't feel like it would look right. Like here's what I'm trying to say. Some men get aroused by like somebody using the bathroom and they have a vagina. And me consciously knowing that, I just waited because I just felt like, you should give him his privacy because it's just as a guy, you know, to me, it wasn't like I'm calling him a girl. It's just if like it's like this. It's like if a girl announced that they're trans and they're going through the early stages of transitioning and they still resemble a girl, I feel like you should, give it like a window time when you like if they're using the bathroom, the male bathroom, I still feel like you should still give it like a window time. Cause I wouldn't go in the girls' bathroom, right? So I feel like you should. I know this confuses people, but it wasn't like I said. It wasn't anything I was uncomfortable with because there's nothing that someone like that size can do to me. It was more like I just felt like it wouldn't have. It would came off like I'm being perverted if I know if I could tell like okay they definitely didn't get a the operation done. They're definitely pre-op. So just give them a little privacy. And it wasn't a big deal. Nobody made a big deal out of it. It was just like I I knew better. Like what would y'all do if somebody trans used the male bathroom? Would you wait for them to use it, or would you go in there with them knowing they have a vagina? Because I do still think that when you're in the early stages of transitioning, I do think to a certain extent men are still to a certain degree still aroused by like a trans man. Like your bylaw, like you do get aroused. It's just you may not be attracted, but you are aroused. And I feel like if that's just a little perverted to me. So, and I'm not calling him a pervert. It's just I knew a little better on my end. But what would y'all do?